Greetings to you, Mr. Mark. We are from Group 2. My name is Iversen and my teammates are Abdul Hisyam bin Mahda alias Muhaimin, Fatin Nurain binti Stephenus, Irene Kat, and Izyan Nazihah binti Muhammad Zamri. Today, we will be presenting our film critique on the movie called Coco.
Hello everyone, my name is Abdul Hisyam from Group 2. Today we are going to present a film critique of a film entitled Coco. It's a film written by Matthew Aldrich and Adrian Molina. It's directed by Lee Ankrich and is a Disney Pixar film. This movie is about a young boy named Miguel. He dreams of becoming an accomplished musician like his idol, Ernesto De La Cruz. Despite to prove his talents, Miguel finds himself in the land of the dead where he met a Hector. They embark on an extraordinary journey to unlock the real story behind Miguel's family history. Little did they know, unexpected truth awaits their discovery. This is my part, characterization. Today, I will make a critique of characterization from a film entitled Coco. First, Miguel Rivera, the main character of this movie. From his character, we can see that Miguel portrays an individual who wanted to pursue his dreams but were held back by his own family. His own choices were controlled by someone who are expected to be supportive, all because his family have their untold stories. The way I see it, Miguel's family should be transparent to him if they don't want Miguel to pursue music. Honesty is the best policy. You can't say the untold truth will remain buried because sooner or later, someone will find out. Why will you be so against things but leave someone in the dark about it? Miguel made a drastic decision in order to pursue his dream, withholding information and gonna start him. So he took Ernesto De La Cruz guitar in the museum and ended up in the land of the dead. He digs his family past to find the truth about his family. He will not have to do that if his family were transparent to him. And at the end of the movie, Miguel can finally pursue his dream after he found out about the truth. In conclusion, Miguel's character sends a message to people to pursue your passion even though the world is against you, because at the end of the day, passion will be the escape to freedom. With passion and determination, nobody can stop you. Next, Ernesto De La Cruz. Ernesto is the antagonist in this film. He's a singer, musician, and actor in Mexico. He's a betrayer, murderer, liar, greedy and fame-chasing guy. He does those things in order for him to reach his dream. He will kill for it. We can see that the way Miguel and Ernesto pursue their dreams are complete opposite. Miguel values the truth while Ernesto values fame. He just shows that not everyone is happy at someone's achievement, and there will be people who are waiting for you to fall and take advantage out of it. The way I see it, Ernesto is a sore loser. He lied through his way to the top and for what? Fame? Passion is no longer a passion when you do it for fame. We pursue passion out of love and the uncertainty of what it may hold for you. Greed was never one of them. In conclusion, Ernesto's character is a good portrayal of how people should avoid doing such things in order to reach our dream, because his portrayal has become a bad omen for him when he was alive and he was in the land of the dead. One will bear the consequences of the things he did, and it's a matter of time until all the truth unfolds. Next, Hector Rivera. Hector is a musician. He has a childhood friend named Ernesto De La Cruz and also had a daughter named Coco. He was a family man. He would prioritize his family, especially Coco, even though he were on tour with Ernesto. Ernesto took all the credit by killing him when all he wanted to do was going back to his family. But he never made it, and the Riveras thought he never went back because he loved music more than his family. The way I see it, Hector is a very good example for someone who practiced individualism. I believe giving up bonds and ties will make an independent figure, and it obviously contradicts human nature, like to find comfort, to love, and to be loved. And the portrayal of Hector character is a prime example that there's a lot of things that been an individualistic. In conclusion, Hector character shows that love is essential and we should never take anything for granted, like our time that we can spend with family, because it will be late for us to make amends when they are gone. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Izyan Nazihah Binti Muhammad Zamri. My matric number is BN19110043. For my part, I will explain about narrative structure, which has three parts, which is beginning, middle, and ending. For the beginning part, the movie starts in Santa Cecilia, Mexico, which lived a wife of a musician that left his family, Miguel Rivera, with their 3-year-old daughter, Coco. After her husband left her, she banned music in her family and opened a shoemaking family business. 96 years later, her great-great-grandson, 12-year-old Miguel, lives with Coco and their family. Yet, Miguel still loves to play guitar and dreams of becoming a famous musician like Ernesto De La Cruz. One day, he found that Ernesto's famous guitar in the photo of Coco's family, and he concludes that Ernesto is Coco's father, whose face is torn out from the family picture. Next, in the middle of the story, despite all the objection from Elena, Miguel ignores her and leaves to enter a talent show. He enters Ernesto's mausoleum and steals his guitar to use in the show. However, he becomes invisible to everyone the moment he plays the guitar. During all the confusion, he can see and be seen by his dog, Dante, and his skeletal dead relatives who are visiting from the land of the dead. Later, Imelda offers Miguel a blessing, but on one condition, that he must abandon his musical pursuits. But Miguel refuses and attempts to seek Ernesto's blessing instead. After that, Miguel encounters Hector, who once played with Ernesto and offers to help Miguel reach him, which in return Miguel needs to take his photo back to the land of living. After meeting Ernesto De La Cruz, Miguel learns that Ernesto actually murdered Hector using a poison drink and stole the songs he had written, passing them off as his own to become famous. This makes Miguel realize that Hector is his actual great-great-grandfather and Coco is his daughter. With the help of Dante, the dead Riveras find and rescue them. Miguel then reveals that Hector's plan to return home to meet Coco to Imelda, and both of the couple reconcile. And then they invade Ernesto's concert to retrieve Hector's picture and expose his crimes to the crowd. After that, Ernesto is crushed by a falling church bell as in his previous life, but the photo falls into the water and disappears. For the ending part, as the sun rises, Hector is in danger and disappearing as he being forgotten by Coco. And then Imelda blesses Miguel to return back to the land of the living with no conditions attached. The moment Miguel returns back, he plays a song for Coco that written by Hector during her childhood, and it sparks her memory of Hector. After that, Elena reconciles with Miguel and accepts both him and music back into their family. A year later, letters by Coco, which is now is dead, that contain evidence about Ernesto stole Hector's song, caused Ernesto's legacy to be destroyed and Hector's being honored. The movie ended with Hector and Imelda reuniting with Coco, and they visit their family as Miguel sings and plays for his dead and living relatives. That's all for my part. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Iversen and my matrix number is BN19110199. I'll be talking about the symbolisms applied in the movie. The first symbol that I noticed is the Dia de los Muertos, or the Day of the Dead celebration. I've noticed that the Dia de los Muertos is a very important celebration and its cultural significance among the Mexicans is very prominent in the movie. It represents the strength of the bonds between Miguel and his ancestors. Even though Miguel doesn't see it, every time when he prays to his ancestors, they could hear and feel his prayers. So Miguel has actually developed quite a relationship with his ancestors without him knowing in the living world. Apart from the celebrations, Dia de los Muertos is also the day to cherish and remember loved ones. So the memories that were once made in the living will never be forgotten. Next, I'll talk about the ofrendas, or the altars dedicated to Miguel's ancestors. In the movie, the ofrendas are very important as they serve as a way to keep one's ancestors alive. The dead who is not remembered upon through an ofrenda will die spiritually, meaning to say, their souls will be gone forever in the land of the dead. The ofrendas also represent the quality of togetherness in a family. During the Dia de los Muertos, the dead spiritually visit their own families and the living family could feel the presence and warmth of their own ancestors. Now, I'll talk about the marigolds, or cempasúchil, which are known to the Mexicans as the florals of the dead. In Mexican tradition, marigolds are associated with the dead. In the movie, they represent a spiritual connection between the land of the living and the dead. The scent and bright colors help guide the spirits to the correct altars during the Dia de los Muertos. It is also considered a spiritual gift to the loved ones during the Dia de los Muertos. Marigolds are placed on the ofrendas or altars of the loved ones as a symbol of respect to cherish their existence in the world. In the movie, marigold petals are found almost everywhere in the graveyard during the celebration. It was even mentioned that without the marigolds, the dead couldn't find a way to their family. Finally, this might sound a little bit of a cliche, but the songs and music in the movie is a symbol of connection and remembrance for Miguel and his ancestors. In the movie, Miguel's great-grandmother remembered his father through his song that Miguel sang to her. Miguel's great-great-grandfather then manages to live on in the land of the dead because of his music that still plays in the land of the living. Besides entertainment, singing is also a way to tell the story of the past souls so that they can be remembered of their times in the living world. Overall, I think Coco has utilized many of the Mexican traditions and cultures in forming the meaningful symbols of the movie. They are also very educational as unexposed viewers like me could learn so much about the Mexican heritage and culture, and most importantly, life lessons that could lead to a wiser mindset. That is all from me. Thank you.
Okay, proceed to the other aspect in this film critic, which is audio-visual. I will highlight few elements like props and costume, setting, lighting and color, camera angle, special effect, choreography and also music. Okay, first for the props and costume, Coco begins in unusual fashions. Miguel dramatically recounts the story of his family's past as the people within the story spring to life via the colorful papel picado banners that decorate the streets of Mexico. Speaking more figuratively, the culture encompassing the story in vibrantly color with the decorated costume and traditions of the character. Okay, next for the setting, there are two important settings which are land of the living and land of the dead. In the land of the living, Miguel lived with his large multi-generational family, and the contra of the village motif is the land of the living, to be more fantastical and vibrant setting. In the land of the dead is something to behold, and the cinematography is quite exceptionally for the animated movie. Then for the lighting and color, probably the best word to describe Coco is colorful. It is playful and transporting, an absolute riot of color, full by love and passion. Love of music, family, tradition, self, and even a dog. Side in this film also a story about death, cruelty, and missed opportunities. Near the top of the films, Miguel runs from his home to a secret place, all his own, and even that simple road is awash in color, texture, and personality. Especially when Miguel first enters the land of the dead, the animation of the film Land of the Dead use of nighttime tones. It is to complement the bright features of the setting and characters. They wanted the bridge to feel as though it were alive. Hence, the effect made possible with a set of lights and shading signals that pulls on and off throughout the bridge. Even then, animation quality for the movie is top-notch as all the colors look brightly and detailed. Next, for the camera angle, as we can see from this film, there are so many camera angles used to mark specific events that happen, such as close-up, medium, and long shoot. Also, high-low, over the shoulder, and bird-eye angle. This just proves that Coco is still one of the premier animation cartoon out there with its visual flair of CGI cartoon rendering. Okay, for the fifth element, special effect, a brilliant orange color intended to symbolize family connection. The Marigold Bridge is brought to life using the latest animation technology. The characters kick up marigold petals as they walk through them, while the outer portion of the bridge features petals that rain down, where all these marigold petals are actually light sources. As for the choreography elements, what can I say is there is not much choreography in this film. However, there are one scene of Ernesto De La Cruz sing the song of Remember Me with the dancer around him. Okay, for the last elements in audio visual, which is music. Music of the film display a number of different moods. Musical score, which was composed by Michel, play as an instrumental piece to be features and is rooted with Spanish style of music, as well as the strong representations of flourish, sweeps, and melodies that usually accompany Coco film. Besides that, the song Remember Me is the most integral song has ever been to a Pixar film. This is most successful elements of Coco is its emotional tug. A Pixar staple the themes of remembering those from your past and the fear of being forgotten and rejected will hit home. Hence, that is all from me, and we will proceed with another aspect.
Hello, my name is Fatin Nurain Binti Stephenus. My metric number is BN19110079. Coco film has caught the attention of a wide range of audience due to the heartfelt tales told through stunning animations, as well as this film give us so many moral messages. So, I am going to talk about what are the themes portrayed in this film. The first theme is family's love never fades away. From my perspective, the main goal of this film is to show the audience that the love between families will never fade away. This was portrayed by Coco, who is the great-grandmother for Miguel. Even though her father Hector left them, Coco still remembers Hector and thinks of him fondly. She almost forgot everything, but the only memory she had was her father. Hence, this proves how strong her deep love for her father and how she hungers for her father's love. When Coco's memory was fading, Miguel sang the song Remember Me, written specifically for Coco by her father. The song makes Coco back to her sense. The song also made her realize that she had always been loved by her father. Hector also sent many letters to his daughter which showed us the love between a father and a daughter. Although he passed away for many years, he always missed his daughter Coco. Next thing which I found very important in this film is always remember and respect family tradition. At first, I was impressed by looking at their family tradition during the celebration of Dia de los Muertos, or known as Day of the Dead. In my view, Coco's film beautifully portrays Mexican cultures. This makes me learn something about the Mexican concept of death. My favorite part is ofrenda, which is the ceremony when they place pictures, favorite foods, and cherished objects of their loved ones to guide them on their journey from the land of the dead to visit their living family members. The ofrenda is a way for families to honor them. This ritual tells us how they communicate across the boundary of life and death. The scene where Miguel's journey to the land of the dead makes him learn more about his family traditions. He also discovers the importance of remembering his family traditions and the ancestor who originated the tradition. Other than that, there are also side themes visualized by the characters in this movie, which is it is never too late to forgive someone. In the beginning of this film, it tells the viewers there was a conflict. So the conflict started when Hector left Imelda and Coco in the living world to pursue his dream to become a musician. The hatred towards him can be clearly shown when the picture of the family is portrayed without his picture. The upper part of his picture was torn off. In the end, Coco found the upper part of her father's picture and combined it with the original broken picture to restore its original looks. This scene symbolized her forgiveness to her father. In the afterlife, Imelda also finally discovers the truth about Hector. She was able to forgive him and their relationship was back to normal. Hence, Coco film teaches us that we can forgive our past no matter how much time has passed. The fourth theme is never giving up on your passion. Miguel is in dilemma to choose between pleasing his family or pursuing his dream. Despite his family's hate and ban on music, Miguel never gives up and continues to pursue his dream to become a musician like his idol. After the scene where Miguel's grandma broke his guitar, he desperately wanted to show his family about his talent by signing up for the talent contest during the Day of the Dead. Other than that, Miguel also portrayed a good example as he was not scared of challenges and went through numerous ups and downs to locate the star singer Ernesto De La Cruz, whom he had mistook for his grandfather in order to get the blessings. The last theme is cheaters would never be honored. In my opinion, success can be achieved via shortcuts, but honor can never be. Looking at the film, Hector recalls his last living moments and realizes Ernesto De La Cruz was the one who caused his death by poisoning him and stealing his songs to become famous. With Hector's songs, Ernesto became a musical legend across the country and a star of famous films. Ernesto also confessed to Miguel that Hector was his best friend, but success does not come for free. So we can see that some people abandon their friendships or can commit some crimes just to catch fame and credit. After the truth comes out, his reputation becomes bad and no one wants to respect him anymore. This is the end of our presentation. I would like to represent my group members to say thank you for your time and attention.